fellow taught me the importance of intricate details. I mean, him no miss nothing.
All right.
Him no miss nothing at all. And the thing is, he doesn't like to work twice. So him no like fix nothing. So you just do it good, do it perfect.
Get it right the first time.
From the first time. And if it is not perfect the first time, fix it same time.
All right.
Or as soon as possible.
So let me have some advice now for someone who is unemployed, and maybe waiting around for somebody to offer them a work. What advice would you give to that person?
All right. The thing is, depending on your location, depending on your interest, sometimes you have to put these things, you have to analyze your current situation. So if your situation allows you now not to leave your community, you think about, or you assess what is happening in your community, in and around your community, and see where, you fit in. You might not be high on the scale when you initially
start out.
Employed. When you start out, you might not be paid more than $1,500 for the day, $2,000 for the day, $2,500-3,000, depending on your skill set. And you have to ensure that when you go there now, you go there with an open mind. You go there, you're trying to learn.
Go there as in go on a construction site.
On a site, on a construction site, or even a regular job site, any job for that matter, because it all depends. It all depends. You have persons who work in the construction field who actually don't stay on the site. So you have persons who will deliver aggregates. You have persons who will work at the hardware. So it all depends on what is available during the time of need. That you need that income. You fit in, you try your best to fit in, and you make adjustments.
What advice would you give to someone who has a skill, has a talent, has a passion? Right now they're sitting on it, right? What advice would you give that person to kind of get out there and turn that into something that can help you to pay your light bill, buy your food, pay your rent, stay comfortable?
One of the main things that I use, and I always ensure that I tell my workers, advertise your work. Show that you can do it. Because if you wish to generate an income from it, persons must see what you can do.
And when you say advertise, you don't mean TVJ and billboard. When you say advertise,
I'm talking about simple Facebook posts. You go live while you're doing it. So if you see a number of live videos that we shoot, it's not because I want to show off that I am working. It is because I want persons to see what
you're working on.
Exactly. And when I show what I'm working on now, because in construction, most of my business come from referrals. So if I do say, for example, I did a painting job in Chilani at the scheme close to the stadium. And when I did that job for Miss Davis, I got like probably about 4 more painting jobs after that.
Because somebody can come and say me like, who do it?
Exactly. And then even not just by going to the actual building, but while we're there, we would have taken a number of pictures and made a number of posts, and we actually tag our A-team construction, make sure everybody know that we are the ones who did it. So the advice to persons wanting to go into, who would have had the skill set but not yet generating income, you have to advertise yourself. You have to show that you are competent, show that you are creative and innovative. So it's not just the normal chair that you are making at home. You are making a chair that can recline. You are making a chair with flair. Exactly. You are making a chair and you can outline to persons who would have interest in your product or service that we are available at this location, or we can come to you. You understand me? So you have to ensure now that you are different than the rest. So if a man selling mangoes, you can't be selling mangoes alone. You have to sell mango and orange. Or you have to sell mango juice.
A mango with wow.
Exactly, or mango with wow. So you have to make the necessary adjustments to make sure that there's a space for you. So it's not for you just to fit into a slot. You have to create that slot in some
Create your own marketplace.
Exactly. And this is something that we have influence from our students from from grade 9, you know, from the beginning of industrial techniques, we would have sought to ensure that our students understand the business aspect of construction. So it's not just about you coming, laying some tiles and you get paid. Not just that. You understand me? There's a whole lot of science behind it. And we're talking about the science, the business aspect.
The
we're
business,
talking about the amount
formal,
of work.
taking a
Exactly.
formal approach.
Exactly. And a lot of persons now, we tend not to know rates. And we don't do research. I have had jobs we have been contracted for that I have no idea how to charge. Because it's not something that I have done before. Yes, exactly. And I do my research. So sometimes you have to ask around. Sometimes you have to even go online. You understand me? And you do your own research. So you know how much per square foot to charge. You know how to measure. You know how now to multiply that measurement that you would have gotten now by the rate to work out how much, you know, this job actually costs. Some person say, well, all right, just give me 5,000. But the job costs 18,000.
They're probably just calculating the value at the time.
Exactly, and that is one of the things. That is why overseas you are paid for your time. In most cases, you are paid for your time, so you get $20 per hour. So for every hour you're there, you generate $20.
And it's contingent on the skill. Yeah.
Exactly. And then in some cases now, if you got a job now, you realize you can take 2 days for complete this thing, and you make, instead of you making $200 for the 2 days or $400 for the 2 days, you realize if it's a job and you say, all right, I can do this in a couple of hours. If I bring in a few persons, you probably make $1,000. And that's US I'm talking about. So it all depends. You have to make yourself, you know, put yourself in a position where you are aware of the rates,
the market.
Yes? Exactly, and then you try your best now to fit in.
So what I'm hearing in that respect is you're recommending that people take pride in their craft, you know,
exactly.
Create a marketplace for yourself. You won't be the only person with that skill, but try to figure out unique ways of positioning your skills and also for showcasing them. What I'm also hearing is that it's important to take a respectful, like a formal business approach to what it is you do.
Man.
So you do research. If it's something that's foreign to you, you do research, so you can know what are the elements to consider in that space.
And another thing is, yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. But another thing is that persons need to also invest in your craft.
Yes.
So if you are a tiler, you have to invest in all the necessary devices and tools required to complete the job, you know, in the fastest possible time, while ensuring that you please your customers.
So you're improving efficiency, operational efficiency, and accuracy.
Yes, exactly. And at the same time, if you do that, it actually allows you now to do more jobs, because if you save time on one job, you can move on faster to the next job.
And you've also improved the quality of your output, likely.
Exactly, and then now that will increase your referrals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something important that I heard early on and I want to highlight is, like you mentioned that you would have started doing some hands-on, and you still do some hands-on things through your business. But it has me thinking that there may be a man in a community, maybe mine, maybe yours, who's been a tiler for all these years, who's been a builder for all these years, and he's probably approaching his 60s, and he's now, like, his body, like, he'll need to stop, he'll now need to retire. I'm thinking that probably what some people should be trying to do, or what they can take away from this talk, is that you can consider transitioning into more management type roles, where you hire younger people or newer people, train them, and then transition to more business focused duties. So if you've been laying tile for the past 20 years and your back not so strong, maybe now you focus on training and getting new businesses and doing that research and getting your rates up.
Yes, that is why I would have made mention of having, you know, hired help, younger persons who you are actually who you are actually trying your best now to pass on the skill set to. Yes. So like you have persons who are employable but not trainable.
Oh yes.
A lot of persons, you understand me, because of the same ego and their mannerism. So you have persons who you can't talk to, you can't correct them, and all of these things, and then now it actually poses a problem on the job site.
Yeah.
So your persona also affects, persons being able to work with you, yes or no.
Yeah.
And
So
another
you're
thing.
recommending that we take a holistic approach.
Exactly.
To being a worker.
And I keep saying that have an open mind. When you go on a job site, you have to understand wherever you fall, yes, you just make the necessary adjustments and you try to fit in. So if you are a boss today, you might not be the boss on the next job, no problem. As long as you're generating the required income, make the necessary adjustment. That's how I see it. So I care zero if I am the boss today or I am the squatty tomorrow. You understand me? It's not a problem. As long as I am making that dollar to take care of my family, I am quite fine with it. And that's my approach. I try to be as jovial and open-minded as possible. When you can be thin-skinned, so the least of issue that you have on the side, you just pack up your stuff and leave. You can't learn like
with them people, yeah.
You understand me? Like them man, this that you have to put all of those variables aside and just move towards your ultimate goal. If your goal is to improve your skill set, if your goal is to generate more income, if your goal is to start your own business, you have to learn. You understand me? And one of the greatest things is when you learn by experience.
Yeah.
So you will know now if I am supposed to be the boss, I am going to talk to my workers better than this.
Yes.
I am going to make sure my workers are given more time to have lunch. All of these simple things. These are the things that allow me, to be a better boss because I was, a good worker. Yeah, and that's.
And you can think of all the things that you like, the things that you appreciated the most, and the things that you didn't like at all.
Exactly. And I have had bosses that tell you that they don't pay you to eat. So there's no lunchtime. Trust me. And if you are going to eat, you have to work while you're eating.
So we won't be those bosses.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, those persons are paying you for your time.
Yeah.
You understand me? So if it is that you're going to take an hour, just understand that if you're paying,
if you're being unpaid hour.
It is going to be an unpaid.
Get no money for that hour then.
No, none at all.
And that is also fair. I think actually North America is like that. They don't pay you to eat
exactly
here.
What it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think it's in the delivery of the message as well.
Yes,
you can't present it in a way where a person is not. So you can't expect me to be doing physical labor and not refuel.
No, you can. You can, especially
when
the job,
but it's not ideal.
Especially when the market is saturated with workers. Trust me, when a boss knows that he has options of hiring and firing you every single day, trust me, they treat you completely different.
All right, so I'm gonna take that and reinforce the point. What we're trying to encourage here is how people can tap into whatever skills they have and form businesses. So a lot of people just don't start a business out of the block. You work for somebody and you learn and you figure out how you can carve your own way. So even in all of those experiences, you can learn what to do, what not to do when you actually get on to being your own boss, to running your own business.
Yes, man. Start small, and depending on the market, you make adjustments to your
flexible
approach. Yes, you'll be as flexible as possible, and then you move. You actually take your time and move up. Because I have had friends who have started businesses like, for example, Sushian Black. She used to just fry fish, just a few fish, and probably steam some on the weekends. And now she actually just opened a new restaurant. You understand me? So it takes time, and you have to, when you fall down, you have to understand it's not for you to fall down and lay down.
No.
It is for you to fall down and bounce back.
Yep.
And take as much advice as possible. You saturate yourself with advice, because nothing is wrong with that.